Hey guys, what is going on? Savaged here. We're going to talk about just what's going on in America this week. Gunman who killed 4 in New York. We're going to touch that story. We're going to touch on the Minnesota National Guard being activated within breaking news of a state of emergency declared after a cyber attack. I want to get into that. I also want to get into just what's going on with Donald Trump. So we got a lot to talk about here on Savaged Unfiltered, guys. Don't go anywhere as we will be right back after these short words, guys.
Warning, this show contains strong language, brutal opinions, and zero apologies given. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered, where truth gets raw. Opinions stay real, and nothing is off limits. This isn't your average podcast. It's the unfiltered conversation you've been craving. Politics, culture, chaos, we're diving into it all. No scripts, no safe spaces, just savage takes and real talk. You're in the right place. Strap in. It's time to get unfiltered. Savage.
Hey guys, welcome to Savage Unfiltered. Today's episode is brought to you by Blackout Coffee. At Blackout Coffee, guys, you're going to understand why they call it coffee for America's warriors. Blackout Coffee, guys, is known for their conservative value and their non-woke ideology. They don't believe in the ideology of woke, and they stand by their principle, guys. Blackout Coffee Company, guys, has the best tasting coffee in this world. They do. They're not your typical Folgers. They're not your typical Starbucks. They have signature blends known as Smooth Finish, Brutal Awakening, Morning Reaper, and Pitch Black Espresso for all my espresso fans out there. Scan this QR code today, guys, and join the Blackout Coffee Company army, guys, of Coffee for America's Warriors, guys. Use this code SAVAGE for 15% off your order at checkout, and you'll understand why they are backed by their value, their dedication, and their quality behind the taste of their coffee. Guys, we're going to talk about some things, just what's buzzing here in America. I want to get into the national news this week. Everybody heard about what's going on in New York City. Now, there was a gunman that decided to take not only his own life at the end, we're going to get into that, but the shooter, Shane Tamora, now authorities are now stating him to be a black individual, even though CNN has been going out left and right saying that he is a white individual, a white male, identified as a white male. No, CNN. You could take out the trick photography of words. You could eliminate all your stupid shit, and you can actually say the truth for once. Because I love how CNN actually went into this, folks, where they said that he was a white individual when they had a fucking image, an image of this guy, like, where'd they shoot this from? A fucking balcony or something? Like, they did it on purpose, obviously. So, it's hard to tell his skin tone from the image. But it was a black individual by the name of Shane Tamara. Now, authorities are saying that his intention was to target the NFL offices in Manhattan, which he had a lot of ties to the NFL. Okay. And, but basically, with his stupidity, entered the wrong elevator in a midtown skyscraper in Manhattan. According to a police report, going even further into it, among the victims was, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, but I just can't pronounce them for anything. Debaral Islam, 36, had served as a police officer in New York City for 3.5 years. He was also an immigrant from Bangladesh. Okay, that's just a little bit of everything here I'm going into. Now, the gunman who killed 4 people inside the Manhattan office tower blamed his mental health problems on the National Football League and intended to target the league's headquarters upstairs. But obviously, when I said this early in the program, entered the wrong elevator on Tuesday. And then shortly later, killed himself. Now, investigators said that Tamura, which was a Las Vegas casino worker, was carrying a handwritten note in his wallet that claimed he suffered from chronic traumatic conditions known as CTE, and accused the league of hiding the dangers of brain injuries linked to contact sports. But hold on, before I go any further here with this, folks, how in the hell do you think you're going to get away with carrying a fucking gun, an automatic weapon, okay, and go on this little shooting spree of killing 4 people and then blame it on your mental illness? Oh, it wasn't me that pulled the trigger, officer. It was my mental illness that did it. My mental illness pulled the trigger. Come on, folks. You know, open up a bag of reality and see it how it is, okay? This dude literally suffered high levels of mental illness and should have been put away a long time ago in the nut house. That's why I keep on saying to people in this country that, you know, mental asylums have to come back into business, like immediately. President Trump has to enact that, which, if you looked at your news recently, President Trump had shown some empathy of opening up the mental asylums for the mentally disturbed. Now, leading after the 4 people that was shot by Tamura, right, inside the skyscraper's lobby, he then proceeded to another floor, precisely the 33rd floor of the office, and then decided to take his own life, authorities said. Now, among the victims were an off-duty New York City police officer, right, and security guard. And then it also goes into saying here, because I'm reading actually the police report here, the attackers' grievances with the NFL emerged as police began piecing together the details of his life and the cross-country trip that brought him to Manhattan. He literally crossed the country, folks, to New York City to commit this. It also says that it's unclear if Tamura showed symptoms of CTP. He clearly did. I don't understand why they have to put that in there. He clearly showed issues that the guy was disturbed. He was a little out there. The guy, I mean, the screws were just a little, off-centered. They were.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. When it matters most, turn to the voices you trust. We go beyond the headlines, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. At home or on the go, stay connected when it counts. Stream Fox News on Fox One. Download today.
So thoughts on this, folks, as we kind of, close up, because I want to go into a few other things here with Trump, and then, of course, the Minnesota National Guard. I'm going to try to keep this within 12 minutes. We are losing time here on the program for this episode. My intention was never to make this a long-pronged episode, but I want to see your thoughts on this as we kind of, close up with this. I get some comments coming in from Podbean. Eric says, if you say all lives matter, a fake news entity like CNN, which Trump likes calling them an MSNBC, and all other legacy news organizations of record, wants to call you a racist, they better prefer to celebrate those who say Black Lives Matter. The reason all lives matter is only God can create life. I agree what you're saying. Eric making some good points here on the show. Damn good points. Mental illness or not, life is all about choices. Yeah, but I don't like the fact that how people are now blaming their mental illness on the actions of them committing towards whether it's violence or disturbance within society today. I just don't understand it. Really don't understand it, guys. I'm going to close out this here. I want to talk about the National Guard real quick, and then President Trump, he's back in the news, obviously always in the news. But it's just crazy. It's craziness. Now, on to other news. Yes, Eric, we do have a system that has failed all of us. Yes, I would highly agree with that. Now, in other news, Minnesota is now activating their National Guard as a state of emergency declared after a cyber attack against St. Paul. What's going on in St. Paul, Minnesota? St. Paul, Minnesota, always hitting that radar, guys. Good grief, man. Now, local, state, and federal agencies, guys, are now investigating a cyber attack against the city of St. Paul. Governor Tim Walz on Tuesday, just earlier today. Obviously, I'm recording this on a Tuesday, guys, so you're hearing this on a Thursday. On Tuesday, announced he had activated the Minnesota National Guard to assist in the response to the attack at the city's request. Now, according to the governor's office, the magnitude of complexity of the cybersecurity incident has exceeded the city's response capacity. Wow. Wow. Okay. At a news conference this past Tuesday, guys, St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter said the city had declared a local state of emergency to address the attack. The city also retained 2 national firms and activated its emergency operations system, okay, to handle the situation. Now, said by the city spokesperson and also the mayor, okay, this wasn't a system glitch or a technical error, he said. This was a deliberate, coordinated digital attack carried out by a sophisticated external actor. Oh, they used the word actor. Okay, so he acted upon this, right? He I'm sure he did. I'm sure he had some kind of golden plan. But let's call that, a spade, right? He wasn't an actor. He's a criminal. He's a lunatic. He's a crazy man. And yes, he had criminal intentions on targeting the city's information infrastructure. And then it goes into saying this by the director of the city's Office of Technology. We are the victims of a serious crime, added Jamie Waskilis, which is the director, like I said, of the city's Office of Technology and Communications. In response, we have mobilized local, state, and federal partners to support our investigation and response efforts. This incident remains active, and we continue to assess in real time. And several agencies are now investigating the attack, according to the FBI. And other news, guys, President Trump basically is now handling other situations. President Trump's administration says that federal employees can now encourage coworkers to rethink their religious beliefs. This was actually said on National Prayer Day, right? The Trump administration said this past Monday that told federal workers they could talk about religion at work, including by trying to persuade others of correctness of their own religious views. In a memo to the heads of federal agencies, the Office of Personnel Management, the government's human resource arm, said public employees have the right to religious expression in their workplace, citing civil rights laws and the First Amendment. That includes the right to discuss religion, encourage in their religious expressions, and display items such as Bibles, crucifixes, and other religious memos at their desk, which states all of that. During a break, an employee may encourage another in polite discussion of why his faith is correct and why non-inherent should rethink his religious beliefs, it states. However, if the non-inherent requests such attempts to stop, the employee should honor the request. Now, this goes into this whole ordeal on that with that statement. So I highly encourage you guys to read the latest coming out of the Trump administration on whitehouse.gov or any type of government website. I constantly tell people, if you want to see things in real time, stop going on the mainstream. Well, it said it on Fox. It said it on CNN. No. Go to White House or whitehouse.gov or any type of credible government website. That's where you're going to get real news, and it's real time, folks. You're not going to get this Mickey Mouse wraparound that you see on fucking mainstream. God, guys, wake up. Wake up, guys. Wake up. So the 5-page memo listed this, guys, as we kind of close up, okay? Because I'm going over my time. I told you 10 minutes. I'm now 16, 17 minutes into the program here. So that's okay. We'll wrap up. I like to keep these a little fresh and sweet. Every now and then I'll do about sometimes a 10 or a 20-minute episode. But the 5-page memo listed out other examples of religious expression that federal workers shouldn't be punished for. Now, OPM said in its other memo that employees can invite coworkers who belong to other religions, to their church or put up invitations to services like Easter Sunday and other communal bulletin boards. Now, staff can display religious posters, veteran affairs, doctors can pray over their patients, and park rangers for National Park Service can join their tour groups in prayer. In closing, according to the memo, agencies can still broadly limit staffer speech. For example, they can require that employees perform official work while on duty, and they can ban employees from putting up posters of any kind, both religious and non-religious. It also said attempts to persuade coworkers about religion can't be harassing in nature. So with that being said, I think President Trump is trying to honor all culture, all religious traditions of all backgrounds to make it fair across the board for everyone. And I think he should do that. Thoughts, guys, leave comments here in the comment section, whether you're viewing us on our main housing network of Spotify or any other platform for that. Leave the comments, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, guys, every Tuesday, sometimes depending on the schedule of the week, we do live Podbean recordings here on the Podbean app. So I'd love to see you guys come on in. Appreciate it. I know this is our first day on Podbean. We had some type of launch last month in June, but we're trying to get back to it. Try to build up a community there on Podbean. So I appreciate you guys if you could follow us there to get all the latest coming out of the Savaged Unfiltered Show on the Podbean platform. And then, of course, guys, if you want to follow us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Audible, or any of the 20-plus platforms we're on, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys, remember, you can jump over to savageunfiltered.com, all the information on the show, about the show, and information on events and and recordings and episodes can be found on the website, including our merchandise website, which will be back up and running again, guys, in the next 2 weeks at savagedarmy.com. All of our merchandise, unfiltered merchandise, can be found there at savagedarmy.com. Remember, that will be up and running in about 2 weeks from now. So I highly encourage you guys to jump on over there. Next week, guys, if you've seen in the beginning of the program here on video, if you're viewing us on video, we threw out a video package of our show up at Tarentum next week, which is a Pittsburgh suburb. Myself, Raging Joe, and my good friend from his show, B-Raw Podcast, Walt Blau, we will be doing a live show there at Poe Duty Harrison's Theater there on Corbett Street in downtown Tarentum, Pennsylvania. And we're going to be calling that show B-Raw, Be Savaged Underground. We're going to be there for 2 nights, guys, August 7th, August 8th, 2 shows, 8 p.m. Get your tickets. All the information can be found at this QR code, guys. We'll put up there if you're viewing us on video. Scan this QR code, guys. All the information is listed there. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 tickets left for in person on both of those nights. So it is selling out quick. Now, if you missed the tickets or you can't join us there in Tarentum, you can view us on their website at poduty.com. That's PODUTY. Again, PODUTY.com. Or scan the QR code on the screen, and you can join us via live stream on their website. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a good turnout. Can't wait for my good friend Walt and Joe to get into their crazy raw content. Because if you guys paid attention to this past Tuesday, Raging Joe getting into the Sweetie saga, right? Of American Eagle jeans ad. Crazy stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm Savaged, known as Michael Gardner. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, guys, we do these episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday on the Spotify platform. And if you don't have the Spotify platform, just search me, guys. Savaged Unfiltered Show. We pop up all over the place, including X. What else are we on? We're on Twitch. We're on Rumble. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. Always putting out clips and snippets on TikTok. And join me on TikTok, guys, because we do some lives on TikTok. On my good friend Angel's platform, including my own platform, I do some lives. You just follow me on TikTok, guys. Savaged Unfiltered. You'll see my emoji. I got like this little AI emoji of myself on there. Not hard to find me, guys. But other than that, guys, I'm going to get out of here because I know you got shit to do. And until next time, guys, be savaged, not average. Take it easy, guys.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.